I'm Brody Folk,
I'm Patrick Sullivan.
and this is a Pirate Podcast. Today we'll be talking to Coach Donovan, who has been the head volleyball coach at the high school for 6 years. How has your day been today, Coach?
It's going pretty good. Coming off a win last night, our last conference win of the season. Start districts on Saturday, so we're ready to go.
So with that, you obviously have a really impressive conference win streak going here. How have you been able to do that within our conference, and how long do you think it will last?
Yeah, I don't know what our conference streak is up to now, but I know it's a pretty big number. It just goes to show the discipline that the girls have each and every night with our conference wins. I know we don't get the most tough competition with it, but we still have our rivalries with Kearney and Smithville. So those are always big wins for us. So yeah, it's been going really good.
Obviously, some of the girls have been setting, records with Kate having her career kill record, and Emerson has a single season assist record. How are they impacting the team?
Yeah, Kate's been starting for us since she's a freshman, so she's gotten 4 years on the varsity court. I think she's got over 900 career kills, which is an astronomical feat. I mean, if you think about it. So she's definitely one of our go-to hitters and a great leader on and off the court. Emerson has set our set assist record this season. I think she's got over 750, which can contribute to a lot of things. But those two are great leaders on and off the court for us. So we've been really impressed with their skill set.
Well, you guys obviously lost a really good senior class last year after you guys made a run to the state semifinals, lost a tough game there. How have you guys been able to respond and rebuild after losing? Obviously, Bryn went to KU, big Division I school, and you obviously lost Allie and other key contributors. How have you just been able to build after losing those pieces?
Yeah, that senior class was a great group of girls and student athletes. But the nice thing about last year is we had a lot of key contributors to the success that we had, with Kate, Emerson, MG. We had a few people that needed to step into a new role for us this year, but coming into this year, we were excited to see the opportunities that we would have. We moved up a class this year, so that might be a little bit tougher going into districts, but the girls have been working hard for us.
So how does the team's chemistry differ from last year to this year?
Yeah, last year we were in a 6-2 with Emerson and Bryn. This year we switched to a 5-1 with just Emerson. So just a little bit more different dynamic for us, but the girls worked hard in the off season to get that cohesion with the entire team. But they've been working hard, and we really appreciate that.
So when you say 6-2 to a 5-1, I'm a basketball guy. I read that in the PC Preps article. I'm like, what in the world is the difference between those two formations? Can you kind of give the casual listener a kind of a breakdown of those different formations?
Right. So with a 6-2 offense, you're running with two setters, and you'll always have three hitters in the front row. With our 5-1 offense, we only have one setter on the floor. So there's a couple rotations where Emerson's in the front row and we only have two hitters. But just kind of like if you had one quarterback versus two quarterbacks type situation. Yeah. So
and Emerson's obviously really good with assisting, and she's probably a great passer. She always does that little set where she flips it right over everybody.
Right.
Well, you've talked about districts coming up. Last year, you guys were kind of lucky and got put in a smaller schools districts because of the way new not seedings, but classes came out.
Right.
You guys got bumped back up to basically where you were 2 years ago. How's that going to change in making a deep run into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they moved up recently in volleyball. They switched from having 4 classes to 5 classes. Last year we were in class 4. This year we're in class 5, which means we're going up against the bigger schools, which to be the best, you got to beat the best. I think we're in a pretty good spot in districts. On the other side, coming through sectionals will be tough, but the girls are focused now more than ever on making a good postseason run.
How do you manage the rotation throughout the year and change it?
Right. So we've been pretty consistent with our rotation, meaning we've had a lot of the same girls out there in the same positions. We've kind of moved a couple people around, but nothing too crazy. And I think that's just helping with our team chemistry. But yeah, we're getting pretty consistent in the things that we want, and we're in a good spot right now going into districts.
Well, you obviously have your kind of star like Kate here, but how do other people obviously Morgan Cox is a libero, and then you kind of have a rotation up front with Carson Stellick, Johnson, and Murray. How do you guys how does the rotation impact based on the game, or do you just kind of stay consistent? And obviously Mary Grace got hurt earlier in the year. How are you able to adjust to that?
Right. We've had some injuries this year. Obviously when a lot of people think of us, they think of Emerson and Kate, but we have a lot of key contributors. Mary's a 6 rotation player, never comes off the floor. She's a good vocal leader for us. Tatiana and Kendall in the middle, great aggressive hitters, put up a great block for us. We have Carson on the right side. A couple times she's in the middle, also just a great block. So we have the pieces there. Like I said, we've been pretty consistent with our rotation this year. Going into districts, will it change? Maybe, maybe not. We'll just see how it goes. But the girls are willing to do anything to get far in districts here.
So what are your goals and expectations for playoffs this year?
Right. So on Saturday, we'll play the winner of Oak Park and Staley. They'll play Thursday night, tomorrow night. Obviously we want to win. I think we can get out of districts for sure. But going into sectionals, I think that'll be our biggest test of the year. Liberty will be a team that we might have to get through, Liberty North. So they're a lot bigger school than us. But like I said earlier, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And they're some of the best teams in the state. So
Liberty North won state last year and went undefeated, correct?
Yep, they were undefeated in Class 5 last year.
So you guys might kind of get a bad draw. You could say, obviously, if they're undefeated state titleists, that might be a little tough draw in sectionals. That's just unlucky.
It's unlucky, but that's the card we were dealt, and we got to deal with it. Not much we can do now, so we just got to embrace the moment that we're in and take it to them.
So obviously upsets happen. We're going to go ahead and get to the Final Four here. We'll ask you 4 pretty easy questions. I guess they could be hard if you make them hard. What was the favorite part of your personal volleyball career?
Career total?
Yeah, or you played in college, correct?
I did.
So give us your favorite college memory then.
Oh, geez. Just we've had a couple big upsets when I was in college. That was a lot of years ago, so I don't remember who we were playing, but just those upset victories where you're the underdog and come out on top.
Sounds like something that might happen when you play Liberty North this.
That's what we're hoping so. We're hoping so.
What was your favorite subject in high school?
Obviously recess and PE. Duh. I'm a PE teacher, so.
Yeah, I guess that makes perfect sense. If you could eat one food the rest of your life, what would it be?
Does it have to be a food or can it be a restaurant? Restaurant's
fine.
I love Chipotle. Let's go Chipotle.
Who doesn't love Chipotle?
Right? That's the way to go.
Get there every time.
And then what is your favorite team to play every year?
It's kind of like best atmosphere going into the game. The students, all their fans are rocking. I've been at some really good games. The Pius game, even though you guys lost, that place was rocking throughout the entire
Pius is a good non-conference game, just thinking of this year. Kearney and Smithville are always big rivalries. I know when we were at Kearney this year, our student section was amazing. I think they were better at the away game than they were at home. But no, Smithville and Kearney is always a good one, and then Pius was also a good one this year too.
Well, the football team made the joke that if we had lost to Kearney that Friday before, we wouldn't have been able to come to the game. So you guys are a little bit lucky we won. So thank you for talking with us today. Obviously, you're at the middle school, so it's a little bit harder, but just thank you for taking your time out.
Yeah, thanks for coming over, guys. We appreciate you guys doing this. This is great.
Yep, thank you very much.